Hey everyone, welcome to episode 3 of the Beer Necessities. I'm Corbin. I'm here with my bestest of beer friends, Bill and Dale. Hopefully you've tuned into our previous 2 episodes. We had some great beers. I think I can't pronounce things properly. Was it La Noche? Something.
Media Noche.
Media. That was very good. And we had Kill the King from Acreage. That was also very good. So far we're 2 for 2 on good beers. We haven't had a beer that we haven't liked. So today we're doing something different.
Hold on. TV timeout, hopscotch. We had an IPA last episode.
And I liked it.
Really?
Did you not like it?
Was that your score that you gave that thing? Would you give it a 44?
I gave it a 70-something, which I think is a passing grade in my book. No complaints. Kind of looks like I have a sun above me right now. It's exciting.
For that.
You know, I feel like our white balance might have hopped out, but you guys will forgive us, I hope, if we can't fix it later. But thanks for putting up with our amateur hour here. Hey, see, it went away. We were worried about...
Your halo's gone. And honestly, God, be a little upset with your attitude.
I have a feeling...
Big IPA fan. Yeah. The fact you're talking bad about it.
See, that was my righteousness showing that I was in the right in this conversation while being targeted. So... we're okay. So like I said, we're doing something different today. We're going to focus on 3 beers from one of my favorite breweries in South Carolina. That's 8th State Brewing. I have the pleasure of being a member of Microcosm, which is their beer club. And because of that, I get first dibs on a lot of beers. And so one of my favorite beers from there is called Broom. It's a Uba, if I'm saying that correctly. Ube Imperial Stout. It is, if you don't know what that is I believe, a Japanese yam. It's a purple yam. It's got like a sweet nuttiness taste to it. I know the first time I saw that on the beer, which I think was actually my first time having Broom, and I was very excited because I didn't know what that was, and it just sounded interesting. So we've talked previously about our favorite adjuncts, and this is definitely on that list for me because it's rare, it's unique, it's not being done a lot. In fact, I think there's only 2 other breweries that I know of that have made a beer with ube. And so, yeah, I'm excited. So, yeah, I had the batch 1. I think most of us had batch 1 in 2022, and I kept a bottle from back then because I liked it so much. I bought a lot of them. And then in 2023, late 2023, 8th State actually dropped another batch. And this is a collab with WeldWorks, which if you tuned into the last episode, we had another WeldWorks beer, and that was great. So I'm really excited about that. And then we also have a barrel-aged version of that second batch. I believe it's in Weller bottles, but we've got some information in front of us here, but we'll kind of go down the list as we get to them. But we have a 3-beer tasting, and we're going to compare the differences. Obviously, year 1 isn't going to taste the same as it did when we first had it, and thankfully we have experience with it, and we know we have a little bit of a recollection of what it tasted like, so we'll be able to pull from that. And then the new bottles are fairly new, and we'll be able to tell the difference between the regular and the barrel age. So I'm excited. So thank you guys for joining us. And are you guys excited?
I'm definitely excited. Couple of housekeeping notes. Ube actually means yam or tuber.
A yam, what a yam.
And it's actually from the Philippines.
Okay.
And it's about one of those things that you discover with Google. You look it up on Google. You just type it in. Right. That's.
I heard of that. Is that really?
I'm pretty sure it's pretty famous.
Is that like Lycos?
Might be.
Okay. Or Ask Jeeves.
Jebs. Ask Jebs. Whenever I'm successful on Google, I go, Yahoo!
Yeah. I'm more of a DuckDuckGo kind of guy. Cool.
But definitely excited for this. We're all suckers for barrel-aged beers. That's something right in our wheelhouse. 8th State never goes wrong with those either. That stuff is no.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have such great breweries in the state of South Carolina. I got to travel for a couple of them, but worth the trip. So we got 2 in front of us. Dale, did you want to go ahead and pour that last beer so everybody can see it on the beer can?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I want to do that.
You have my permission.
What a good boy.
I'm so I'm gonna just tot this a little up here. Like,
Ooh. What's it smell like?
wonderfulness.
Let's find out. I assume
15%.
that's the ube. What is that? I mean, that's not. So the full description on this is Imperial Stout with ube, cashew, Madagascar vanilla, Ecuadorian vanilla, and toasted coconut.
It kind of smells like a sweet yam or sweet potato-ish.
Yeah.
Here is the old number 2.
So that's batch 2 from 2023. Looks like maybe a couple of coconut floaties in there.
Mm-hmm.
Less yammy.
Yeah. Almost maybe more coconut.
Or get more vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla.
I'm spilling. I'm getting too excited. Got too excited with my sniffing. Created a vacuum effect.
You sniffer.
Yeah.
Definitely vanilla, that one. And then the barrel aged batch 3, which is an Imperial double pastry stout at 13.5% in the 375 milliliter bottle. The barrel aged broom is listed at 4.72 on Untappd, the highest we've had so far. Imperial Stout aged 27 months in W.L. Weller barrels, again with ube, toasted coconut, roasted cashews, Madagascar, and Ecuadorian vanilla.
We did it. Let me see that.
Why don't you show them what we're using there?
Yeah, today we have another Hicks bottle opener. I think all you Legend of Zelda fans will recognize this. It's awesome. It's amazing. This is a newer style one. It's got, this instead of the other style that you might have seen in a previous episode. And if you don't remember that, go watch it again because you can't watch our stuff too many times, right?
I love the views.
So these are great. So because they have like
The view.
yeah, what I really like between the wax cutter and the fact that it's a built-in magnet so it catches the cap after you open it, I don't have to do as much cleanup after, a beer share, which I appreciate. And let's see if you can see this, but I don't know if it's green, so it's not going to happen. But it says it's dangerous to go alone, so take this. I might be able to get it on the beer cam here. It might work. Close enough. So, again, we're not actually sponsored by any of these things, but we do like to highlight things we like, and we hope you appreciate that.
I like these two guys.
If you'd like to sponsor us, reach out. Let us know. A lot more floaties in the barrel. I don't know about yours, but I mean, looking at the barrel age version, I've got a ton of floaties in there.
I feel like I lucked out, but
I got no floaties.
I don't got no floaties in the third one. My second one's got a lot of
I guess being the first 4, I got all the floaties.
I got bourbon and vanilla in this third one, though.
Yeah, I'll say that it's weird that the ube flavor is more notable in the aroma in the first one, which is the oldest, which you think would be the least. And it is in the newest in the barrel age. Those two, I don't actually get a huge ube aroma.
Oh, man. That first one, that's pretty good.
Yeah, which is pretty good because it's going on almost a year and a half, a year and almost maybe 1.75 years maybe.
I say it was a 2022 release.
Yeah, I think it was August, September, so getting there. But yeah.
I wouldn't kick somebody out of bed for drinking this.
Sweet.
I was so good. I had it at the brewery and I loved it and I bought as much of it as I could because it was so amazing. They had, on the day of release, they had a local bakery who actually made ube cookies. Mm-hmm. So they're cool purple cookies. So baking with ube is also really cool.
And just to let you know, Corbin's job is hiring because obviously that's where we want to go. I kid.
So it's always fun to do a vertical like this. This is kind of a slightly different vertical where you have 2 versions plus the barrel age, but it's always fun to try and see how it ages, difference from batch to batch and the flavors and the profiles. But, doing a vertical like this is always great for tastings.
Mm-hmm. So initial sip of the older one, it's definitely not as in my face as say it was, back then. We like to make jokes about things in my face. But it's still very good. It's definitely not bad by any means.
No. No, it's quite tasty. I'd fight this thing. And not being a barrel aged, it's still very powerful in a way. You know, it's got a lot of really good flavor, deep flavors in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe I'm getting a little cashew or something in there with that vanilla, but it's like the yam is, I like this yam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is honestly, other than the one time I had with you, I think this is the only other time. This is delicious.
It's pretty good. I feel like it's, I don't know, just because I know. I wonder if I didn't know, if I would think that this had died off a little bit or not.
Something different. Yep.
Yeah.
Now try 2023's version, because I think I like 2023 version better because it's a little less yammy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me is that the ABV difference between batch 2 and the barrel aged version of that batch 2 is only 0.5%.
Yeah. It's a slight difference in the ABV.
Yeah. And I expect at least a full point there. Yeah, I feel like the other flavors definitely break through more than that ube.
That batch 1 and batch 2, the exact same untap rating at 4.53. And that last one up there, the barrel aged one at 4.72.
Excited.
I haven't even tried that.
No, I haven't either yet, but I'm
so excited.
It's definitely.
I'm done waiting.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Cheers. We made it to episode 3. Good job.
We haven't been canceled yet.
Yeah. Hey, way to not suck, everybody. Way to not suck. Get her done. But, I mean, if you into it, you do what you gotta do. I don't care.
Oh, damn, that barrel aged version. Oh,
I think I'm
it takes it to another level.
Yeah, it's a totally different beer.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Like, that's way more than I was expecting. It's in the sweetness, everything is definitely more.
It's amped up.
It's interesting. Kind of.
I can't. That barrel aged version. That's
8th State just gets the job done, man. They just get it done. Good job, South Carolina. Way to be amazing.
way to represent.
Yes, sir.
How about a state?
Yes, ma'am. Well, that's just.
I will say,
Did you spill half all over your glass, your paper?
I sniffed too hard.
Oops. What a honk.
I will say the barrel aged version.
You know?
The barrel aged version. Where's the ube?
Oh, yeah, there ain't no ube.
No. Batch 1, heavy ube. Batch 2, less, more, say, vanilla flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Batch 2, sweet barrel.
It's very sweet, so I wonder if that's the ube.
Very sweet beer.
You know?
Maybe.
Because I remember in the first batch being sweeter and more, and so you can definitely notice carbonation difference between the first batch and the second batch here because obviously the age. So I wonder if it was sweeter.
There's definitely good lacing in batch 1, but it doesn't coat the glass like the Metanoche did in episode 2. It's more of a lacing than a coating.
This is definitely more, kind of like our very first episode with the barley wine, kind of how it handles it, and then kind of loses, but it's fine. It's good. Boom.
I have to assume that's the ube, that aroma that comes from that batch 1.
Actually, when I go to the grocery store and find an ube.
Right. I think I looked it up a while ago. I think you can get it at Whole Foods.
Really?
I haven't tried yet, but, you know.
Whole Foods. If you got an ube laying around, go ahead and drop a line to us, and honestly, just throw a stamp on that thing. I think you can mail potatoes.
I like the ube cookie sound. That was kind of.
It was really good. It actually wasn't as sweet as you'd expect. It had kind of that nuttiness taste, and I think they had with vanilla in it too. It was really good, and plus they're purple cookies, and I don't know about you, but if you have brightly colored dessert items, I'm down.
They're all good.
Mm-hmm.
They're all good, but and so interesting how they're so different.
Question.
Sure.
If you were to have any one of these at any point in time, what would be your favorite sport to watch this beer with? That just hit my head.
I guess women's college basketball. That's the hot thing right now, right?
You know what?
Caitlin Clark.
And Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. I'm pretty sure we could have some good conversations right there, right off the bat. Get some LSU, some Iowa. We get that taken down. I'd have a beer with those two, just discuss some stuff.
My righteousness came back, guys.
There you go. Your righteousness. Bill.
I want to answer your previous question.
Okay, go ahead. You were taking some time, so I wasn't sure.
The highlight.
Here's you do June on Spotify.
Where'd she come from? We have a guest host.
You know what? This song is perfect for number 2.
This was totally not planned, but we do have a Google in the room, and she decided to join us unprompted.
I'm not sure if there's any copyright infringement going on with this, so
If this part's muted in the future, that's why.
Google, zip it.
Google off.
Okay, Google. Off.
That's terrible. I'm so
And so your Halo went off too.
Yeah.
You have to know how to talk to her, otherwise she doesn't listen.
That sounds like most of significant others.
That's kind of sexist right there. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. Hashtag, yeah, it's craziness. The world is so different. But that was very random.
I feel like it fit,
But yeah, Bill, you were back to your sport. You said highlight. That would be something, you don't know.
I mean, let's put it this way. Ube is not an adjunct that you normally think of. I mean, if you were to list the top 10 adjuncts that are used in craft beer, Ube wouldn't be sniffing the top 10.
And you said Philippines?
In the Philippines. So I don't.
What about cricket or cricket rugby?
Rugby is a true man sport. I mean, you wouldn't catch me anywhere near the rugby pitch.
If I could get some guys to do the haka while I'm drinking this bad boy, you know who's going to get fired up? This big mamma jamma. I'm having a hard time trying to decide which way I want to go. Do I just keep going 1, 2, 3? Do I go 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, 2?
It's hard. I'll feel like that, while I appreciate the extra carbonation in batch 2 because it's newer, I only want to really drink 1 and 3 because I get that distinct taste in the first batch and I get the amazingness of the third batch.
I will say 1 and 3 are where I'm at too. Definitely 100%.
Like if I'd only had batch 2, well, not bad, I would be, that would be probably a different level.
You would be missing out. But if you didn't know about 1 and 3, you'd be very happy with 2. Mm-hmm. So don't be upset if you've got 2. It's, but 1 and 3.
So here's a note to 8th State next year when you make another batch, presumably, hopefully. I'm asking for it, begging actually. Be sure to take notes on this episode of, Beer Necessities. We're telling you that 1 and 3 were right.
We appreciate what you're doing, but we just want to help you get better.
Maybe start with just a barrel-aged version of it. It works.
There is a version of this that we don't have access to. If you'd like to hook us up with barrel-aged broom with pistachios.
Yeah, I would be down.
I know 3 gentlemen with pistachios. So I know 3 gentlemen whose palates
Still getting the added pistachio.
are kind of craving that right now.
We're all about nuts.
You know, it would be super cool.
We are.
You invited us to do a podcast from your brewery, and we'll be guest brewers for a night, or guest bartenders for a night.
Cameron, we love you. Please invite us. I'm wearing. Sorry, wrong way. Your shirt.
What the hell was that? You trying to flash him?
No, I'm wearing my
Easy hopscotch. You're getting a little wild here.
And if there's a problem with the color, it's because they only choose pastel shirt colors at 8th State. It is kind of a downside. I might have complained about it in a survey. Let's be honest. How many men look good in pastel colors? colors.
You do.
I know I do, but it's not a color I would have bought for myself. I have a yellow shirt, like a pastel yellow shirt. I would never in 100 years buy that. I shit you not. I look really good at it.
I am not that kid. Not that kid.
Like it's definitely, maybe it's, unless we need to stop wearing just blacks and blues, that's kind of where I gravitate towards, but I don't know. This has been a fashion segment.
I've got a couple of green shirts, but the green screen won't allow it.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 of my 8 state shirts are actually green. So
Nothing wearing those bad boys.
I'll just wear it next time and it'll look like I'm not here. I'll just be head.
Yeah, I'm thinking, man, South Carolina field trip happening.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun. We'd set that bad boy right up.
Yeah, so I was telling Bill in recent news at 8th State, actually, their lead brewer recently left and is going to a brewery called Double Stamp. And Double Stamp is actually owned by like a company that owns several breweries in the Greenville area.
Really?
And so it's kind of interesting. Now, Cameron, I think it's Cameron's name. He's still like the owner and like head brewer, but I'm curious to see if, what changes. And I'm sad to see, last guy leave because, as long as I've been drinking 8th State beer, it's been pretty good. Can't complain. Definitely definitely a favorite, especially in South Carolina.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they can still maintain what they're doing at 8th State, even short, a fantastic member like that. But man, Greenville, they just got stuff going on. The town is awesome. The brewery's fun. It's an unassuming little place when you drive up to it and all of a sudden you're like, oh, here it is. And you kind of pull into the parking lot like, oh, I got to go right over here, but you walk in, it's a nice, quaint little deal. You get to see the production area. You get to see all kinds of little fun stuff. And I think a lot of times they have food trucks or stuff all the way around. And, but Greenville, beautiful.
Yeah, downtown Greenville is great.
Mm-hmm.
Greenville Drive.
Yeah.
A-ball for the Red Sox. Way to go. Can't, just downtown Greenville in general is such a cool, happening little area.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a visit.
And don't go there and don't miss Greenville Beer Exchange. I swear to I
haven't been there yet.
the first time I went to Greenville Beer Exchange, there's a little bottle shop, a little bar in the back. Life changing. I at that moment I walked in and I knew what I wanted to have when I'm retired. That's what I want. I want that exact thing to be my life for the last 20 years of my life.
If you guys want to look it up, GBX.
Yep. It's
the one.
It's very good. I get a lot of great beer there. I make a point to go up there multiple times a year. I work for a marketing company and one of our clients is actually Discover South Carolina, which is really cool. But I laugh because all the promos we do for places in South Carolina, all the the clips that we show people are near Greenville. It's kind of funny. We have a lot of beautiful places in South Carolina, but Greenville is not often mentioned, and yet a lot of the places that are actually really interesting are near there. So I feel like we should all just visit Greenville.
Field trip.
Yeah, Greenville, if you want to sponsor us, right?
Discover South Carolina. If you need some people showing around discussing beer, we are all about that business.
Yes. So they have mountains and waterfalls, and we have a beautiful ocean and beach and an island. And
South Carolina is a very diverse state. You are at level 0, and then you go straight up to several thousand real quick in some mountain areas right there. Great beer along the way. You go through a giant hole in Columbia, South Carolina. I mean, that's straight down.
Avoid that.
Back out. It's here we go. And honestly, let's just throw it out there. South Carolina DOT, if we could do something about Interstate 26, that whole mess, that'd be great.
All the roads could have some improvement.
Sure. Love everybody who works there. Let's just funnel some fun in that way.
And Greenville's also not that far from Asheville.
Asheville, wonderful place. Burial.
Burial will show up before 2.
Larry doesn't
I promise you.
Soon and short. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got a family trip coming up. We're going to the Richmond, Virginia area. So we're going to be tooling around there. Some Vale, some Answer, Hardywood, Ardneat going to be happening.
I've always been a big sucker for trickery and foolery. Oh, gosh, those basically apple brandy barrel aged, that layered stouts.
Yep. I'm going to grab me Wang Doodle if I can get a hold of one of boats. But no.
I thought that's what you were doing under the table. My apologies.
If you notice my wrong arms.
So you don't
Catching a hold of Corbin's Wang Doodle, you know what I'm talking about. Scrub it up, Doug, bud.
So is there any doubt at this point that the barrel-aged brew is just better than the other two versions?
Yeah.
Is it just, am I wrong?
No, it's definitely. I mean, I feel like it's it's expected to be at this point because again, we're drinking something that's a year plus old here, with the first one, and the second one definitely is not as good as the barrel aged version of the second one. So, no, third one is definitely head over heels.
Third one is fantastic. Loving it.
Like I said, heavy ube smell, or I assume that's what that is.
I would like
batch one.
I would love to try some more ube things. I mean, that thing was it really worked out well.
Well, I have a beer from Bottle Logic, Common Ancestor. It's also an ube. You have to try that at some point.
One thing we don't see a lot often is the cashew. Cashew's not a strong thing that goes around, but
Yes,
so maybe I wonder if they switched it out with pecan, being South Carolina, pecan and ube. Maybe cashew is cheaper. I don't know what the deal was, but I do like pecan and stuff too.
And now I really want that pistachio.
That pistachio would be dumb.
Hazelnut.
Practice.
Too expensive.
The two nuts to my left are discussing all the variants of nuts. Let's just drink. Enjoy.
I can drink and enjoy my nuts at the same time. We've got that.
Two nuts.
Two nuts. Definitely potent. I mean, we're drinking 3 different beers at once right now, but
They really are 3 different beers.
yeah.
Even though it's, I assume, the same base beer, especially from batch 2 to the barrel age, I assume that's the same. But they all differ so much.
And definitely in memory too. Like, it's not just because batch 1 is older. I mean, my memory of batch 1 is definitely different than what batch 2 tastes like. So it's very, very interesting. My righteousness is here, okay? If you're just joining us, this is our 3rd episode. We're due to have some technical problems. We're figuring out our shit. Thankfully, I'm still surrounded by beautiful angels. Look, they look so bright today.
We are Corbin's angels.
Obviously, the white balance is going somewhere, but there, it fixed itself. So,
Here,
kind of.
let me fix this. We'll just go. We're like a reverse Oreo cookie.
I'm the chocolate.
Okay.
If you were an Oreo, what would you be? There's so many different Oreos. I feel like that should be like a personality quiz on MySpace. Do you have MySpace?
I'm pretty sure that is gone the way of the dodo.
I'm pretty sure Justin Timberlake still sends it.
I think it's still open. You can find your old accounts, right? Bill, what was your song? I know you had a song.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't tell you if I had to. I will admit to, we'll say, embarrassing fact number 1. Back in 1999, that's right, not this millennium, but the previous millennium, my AOL handle was a 6'3" stud at AOL.com.
Wow. Are you 6'3"?
I was.
I feel like you're taller than that.
That's where I was measuring back in 1999.
What were you measuring?
Interesting situation.
That's different podcast.
It's different podcast, different demographic.
From the ground.
This is an Only Beers podcast. Not to be confused with any other only.
We are always open to topics to discuss while having beers and enjoying those. So feel free to drop us a line. And again, calendar's coming soon. If you want special picks, special places, special things to wear, we're up to that too. Banana hammocks, one-piece bikinis, pasties. Bill's into anything. Corbin's practicing. I'm just sexy.
He is just sexy.
All right. So if we were to rank these, not necessarily appearance, aroma, flavor, mouthfeel like we've done in the past, but just 1, 2, and 3. We'll simplify this.
3, 1, 2.
3, 1, 2. So
I don't think I'm going to argue with him.
barrel aged broom, head and shoulders.
Yep.
Best tasting beer of the 3.
For sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Number 2 is Broom Batch 1 from 2022. What do we like about that over Batch 2?
I like the ube.
The ube sweetness is coming through more. And so if
You taste it.
if you got more of that ube flavor, even in the third one, the barrel aged version, I would love it even more.
It would be such a even more unique beer if it had the ube was a little stronger in the deal.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to lose much else out of it, but just if you could
Because there's
pump up the ube, you'll pump up the jam, pump up the ube.
there's no doubt like there's carbonation, it's definitely an older beer. You can taste, it's missing something, but it still stands out pretty well, even more than a newer beer. So I think that says a lot about it to begin with. I don't feel so bad about hoarding bottles of it back in 2022.
No.
Good investment.
Right.
Yeah. I occasionally make good decisions. Not often, but I'm going to put that on the list.
I think you're doing a heck of a good job, sir. Heck of a good job.
That's why you guys are my friends.
Bill, are you in the same boat? 3, 1, 2?
I think so. I do really like the sweetness of Batch 2. But you're right. Something about that again, that aroma that comes through, the flavor that comes through that we assume is the ube in Batch 1 sets it apart from Batch 2. It's the unique flavor and aroma versus just an overall sweetness.
If I got a hold of Batch 2, though, and that's what I had, I am not upset.
No, it's weird. 'Cause
Any stretch of the imagination.
as it even warms up more, I guess it's almost getting sweeter to me, Batch 2. Almost sickly sweet, like too much for me. Mind you, I'm drinking again 3 beers at once. It might just be too much beer at once for me, but I mean, I don't want to admit that. I don't know, but I'm trying to be open
Shut your
to.
mic.
I'm being open to possibilities.
Gonna say, considering in a regular tasting, we're probably doing anywhere between 10 and 15 beers.
But when I drink this, it's like very sweet to me, as opposed to the other 2, which just seem more well-rounded.
Pretty sure our last beer shit, we were at 24.
I seem like complete alcoholics.
And you get those days when you get to relax a little bit, everybody's happy. And the nice thing is, it's kind of such a good thing. Like, we have such good food. We invite people over, guest appearances. Just come over, bring a beer. If you just want to try something, cool, man, hang out with us. And we have a great time. We talk about it. And I'm telling you, those food pairings, when we talk about some of those things we put together, we've done ribs. What did you do? You did pot roast one day. You did, he did some crazy sliders.
Chuck roast.
Chuck roast. We've done ribs, pulled pork. Oh, God. One of these days we got to do some steak and some fish or something like that. It'd be some stupid dough.
Had some lamb the other day. Oh, it was way better than I expected it to be.
Lamb is delicious.
I feel like I missed out on a lot of part of my life not realizing how good lamb was, but it was inexpensive, and I would put it up there with some like really good steaks. And I had the rack of lamb, so the bones, and it took less than an hour on the smoker. Less than an hour. How many things that you make on the smoker take less than an hour?
My mother-in-law's done it twice now, brought us lamb, and she's put it on my smoker because we bought the same one for her, and now she comes over and does ours, and like, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Even like just an hour of smoking, it took in the flavor, and it still had a great flavor to it overall. Like, just, it was so good. I want to go make some more. I'm hungry. Actually, not really, but So this green screen background here, you might think it's AI generated. You might be right. You might be wrong. I'm telling you, it's Dale's basement. Okay, that line of bottles above our heads there, that's our last bottle share. Just the two of us. Okay, we're heavy hitters. You believe me, right?
I could probably put up some pictures, and we could probably actually put it.
Dale's basement, or BS&D.
I mean, we've definitely had more bottles than that at a bottle share. There's just been like twice as many of us, at least.
Yeah, all 6 of us doing all 35 bottles.
Yeah, we have other friends. These are pretty cool guys, but we do have other friends.
Couple friends.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's just drink.
That's the thing we didn't actually talk about in the first episode is how we met.
You know,
That's kind of important.
that is true.
How do I get to be the chocolate in between these two cream puffs?
You're easy. Well, first off, your good looks are like the creamy center that just kind of sticks the two wafers together. But we're missing one guy who was part of this from the beginning, Mr. Ricky.
I miss you.
We do miss you, but haven't seen him in a little while to join. And so now he was the one who got me hooked up with you guys. I'm not quite sure how I know we've talked about it, but you two first met.
So
Beer group was a big thing for everybody.
we belong to a local beer group, which I've recently been made administrator of, but I'm not responsible or in charge of it by any means, so liability's sake. So I started organizing beer shares, and because I like drinking beer with people, as I've mentioned in previous episodes. And we had some really good turnouts and things like that. And that's how I met Bill. He showed up to a few of my beer shares and he helped me out. We had a lot of people and he was pouring beers. He really saved me because, believe it or not, I'm kind of an introvert and surrounded with a lot of people under pressure. I really could use a helping hand, and he was my helping hand. So we definitely we clicked really quickly, especially because we both had a mutual love for a brewery called Bottle Logic. And at the time, I was like the only one in the area that knew anything about Bottle Logic. I don't know, I saw a bottle, looked really interesting on the internet. I sounded nerdy. I had to get some. So I found somebody on the internet who would sell it to me and ship it across the country to me because they're out in San Anaheim, California.
Santa Ana or Anaheim.
Yeah. And so I've been buying bottles since. And so we started talking and Bill understood. He understood my passion for that beer as well as other beers. And so that was a good connection. And then we had like a meetup. And Ricky was there. And Ricky, we knew Ricky through the bottle shares and things like that. Ricky's awesome. He'll be on here eventually. And one day we had a meetup at my house, just me and Bill, and it was supposed to be Ricky, and Ricky brought a guest. And I was a little like, man, you're just bringing people here? I don't know these people in my house. And this beautiful person showed up.
Kung Fu Panda human form.
Yeah. And like I said, I was kind of like, who is this guy? I don't know him. I don't know. I think I was a little annoyed, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. But definitely. Well, it wasn't at like once I met you, like after 5 minutes, I was like, this guy is amazing. I love him. He is my friend for life, and I'm sticking to it. First impressions really stuck, and we have a great little beer group in our area. Great big beer group, but our small little clique of people, we do this because we can't invite 1,100 people to a bottle share anymore. It gets really hard to drink that much beer and share what we have. So
give everybody a taste.
Yeah,
we're 75.
Yeah. We try that. We had like 30 plus people bottle shares, and we'd bring out these really awesome, like, bomb beers, and we'd be sharing it between that many people, and it didn't work so well, and that makes sense. So it's good to share it with a select few. And I couldn't think of a better select few than the select few I'd usually drink these beers with. So
it's good times,
including these people.
Absolutely.
I'd clarify, I could be talking about other people. So
so many.
Yeah. So Ricky, you'll be on a future episode, I'm sure. We love you and can't wait to drink with you. And we have some other people in that select group that I'm sure will also make appearances. As you can see, we're already getting cut off on this camera, so we only have so much room in front of the green screen. So it's a little hard to fit so many people.
Stadium seating coming soon.
Yeah.
We're going to do tiers.
You want to give me money for better cameras and lighting and things like that, I'm happy to upgrade our setup. We'll have 20 people in here.
At 6'3" stud ale. No, I'm not valid anymore.
Yeah.
You're solid.
If you didn't know, these guys are really tall and beautiful. So I'm very blessed to be in between these two. I feel like bodyguards or something, It's like, man, I feel really safe and secure right now. Where were you guys during my childhood?
Probably college.
Probably.
True that.
Pretty much the fact.
I do say that the year you started drinking like craft beer is the year I started drinking craft beer. So I feel like I'm not too far away. So, you're behind.
These were wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
A-State, you did good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can't complain about any of these situations at all. At all.
So obviously we're new. If you have any suggestions or things you'd like to see, please do add them in the comments. Reach out, let us know.
Anybody want some more?
Boy, I'm still working on this.
I'm gonna try some more of this.
You do you, Big Daddy.
Yeah. So no complaints.
Gotta get me some ube.
Oh, these are great.
So I guess a good question is, that 4.7, that's a pretty high number. What do you think about that? Do you think you would put it in that category?
4.7.
Was it 4.72 or something?
Yeah.
Yep, 4.72 on Untapped.
That's pretty
for the
high.
barrel age. I will say there's not that many reviews of it, but it's still really high.
I don't know. I would probably be. I don't know if it's a solid 90 for me. Very close. I don't get the toasted coconut. I love the ube out of number one. If the number one ube was in the number 3 barrel aged, that would be a real big change for me. The roasted cashews, I feel like I'm getting that in there, but I don't think I get enough. I just don't know if I have enough experience with roasted cashews in a beer for me to really kind of pull that one sometimes, So it's like, I'm going to go 88, 90.
That's fair.
Overall.
We talking specifically the barrel aged version at this point?
Well, that's the number one, so that's what I'm going with. The other two would be a little bit below that. Number
90?
one would be real close. It'd probably be like in 86, 87 for me.
92, 93 in that ballpark. I love everything about it. The floaties. I love seeing those coconut floaties in my beer. The aroma, it gives off that barrel characteristics and in a way mellows down the sweetness of batch 2, but yet it's still there. Nice bit of oily residue on the surface. 9.3 or 93. I'm gonna say 93.
Wow. Okay. That's extra.
That's more than I expected from him.
Honestly.
Yeah, I really. I know.
It's the best, in my opinion, so far. It's the best barrel aged beer we've tried. In 3 episodes, this stands out above the others. I think I was 90 on the Anchorage. I think I was 89 on the Metanoche. I think this just stands out. I think this is better. I think it's more well-rounded. I'm a big fan. Like I said, it could be better with if you had more ube. You're absolutely right there. They'll probably push it 95, maybe even above. I think it's a great beer either way. But this again, A state.
Yeah.
Toast.
So when I had this originally, I gave it a 4.5 on Untapped, which is about as high as you're going to ever get from me, as we've talked about before. So obviously it's fallen off. The first one has fallen off a little bit, but I'd definitely put this barrel aged batch at 4.5 on Untapped for me. So it's definitely 90s as well. I would say that if I had a barrel aged version of the batch 1, I might have to quit drinking.
I'm telling you, that ube, man.
Yeah.
That ube would crush it.
If I could get that original sweetness and then, the freshness and stuff of what I had originally and that barrel-aged awesomeness that we're getting from this new batch, the barrel-aged batch, I'm telling you, it would be even higher for sure. I obviously really liked the first one because I bought a bunch of it.
Preach.
Yeah. So very, very good. I definitely high numbers for me. Definitely appreciate it. I'm glad we finally got to drink it. They can tell you I've been wanting to drink this for a little bit now. I've been very excited about it because it's been sitting in my fridge for a little too long, I think. So yeah, very, very excited. And I look at it. Let's see if I can reach here. Oh, they have some cool art on it too. I think we have to like appreciate if you can't see that.
The art on these things has been.
Yeah. Got to appreciate breweries and their artwork. So it's cool that they're all pretty much the same. The barrel age version is like a little bit bolder if you can't tell. They just kind of like did some additional line work. So cheers to all the artists that make our beer bottles more aesthetic.
You guys sell more beer than you probably even know, because it's like so many people who don't know, they buy the labels.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, if they're willing to put money into the artist, you're gonna buy it.
Yeah.
You know, I bought a lot of crap beer off of a beer label, but I tell you what, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's just fun.
you're absolutely right with the beer labels. Some of them, 450 North does some amazing art on there. A lot of references to Nintendo and Mario and those kind of things. You know, not only are their beers tremendous, but the artwork is fantastic. So yeah,
Sure.
agreed.
And you add a wax seal, and you can really grab my attention at a bottle shop. If I see wax, I'm walking that direction. It's a sign of quality for me. So good label, wax top. It's not a guarantee, but it's definitely guaranteed to get my attention.
Make sure to drop us a line. Tell us what you think we should try. Where should we go? Like, what haven't we discussed, so we can try to look into some of that stuff. Send us some mail. We send you some mail. Make some fun things happen. Could be a little give you, love you.
I promise we've just scratched the surface of the beers that we enjoy, the breweries that we like. We have just scratched the surface with these first couple of episodes. We've got a lot more in store, and really look forward to not only sharing these amongst ourselves, but sharing with you.
For sure, definitely. And if you guys have any suggestions, if you want to see more of us longer, you want to see less, we try to make these episodes kind of digestible. Like, you know, you listen to them on the way to work. You're not like having to listen to us for multiple hours. But if you want more from us, we're here to please you while drinking beers. So
If you want to listen to our sultry tones, you know where to find us.
But you know, the looks are even better.
I feel like we're talking like Batman.
How that hurt me drink.
I think you guys are done.
So Corbin, as we empty these glasses, what do you think what is your current necessity?
Shrinking, apparently. But no, I'm really excited about like AI stuff right now. I'm in the IT world, and I feel like there's a marketing term right now going around, AI washing, where like every new piece of software or thing out there is currently advertising AI and talking about how it's enhancing their product, even if you can't really tell. So it's kind of a gimmick now, but there are a lot of cool tools out there. I actually did use AI for our background image today, and I thought that was kind of cool. It's been really fun to make random image generations and even stuff I can work off of. I do have a little bit of a graphic communications background, so I'm a little okay with Photoshop and things like that, but having a cool place to start and seeing what pops out of there is really cool, as well as, you can ask it anything, and it's making cool outlines, it's helping you with coding, whatever you're into, AI can help you with. It's kind of scary. So Skynet is coming. It is ChatGPT. But I'm curious to see how it's helping everybody else and doing things and different things. If you're not trying to use it in whatever work field you currently, inhabit, you should be. It's a tool for sure. So definitely make use of it before it makes use of you.
Dale uses make him look better in his extracurricular activities.
This is not my real face.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Dude is a 6'8" African American man. You can't tell.
Yeah.
But
Come with me if you want to.
yeah. So no, it's just really fun because like you start watching stuff about what it can do and you get really excited about it. I don't know. I feel like it's got something for everybody, from gaming to beer. I'm curious to see. I don't know. AI might, determine our next beer recipe or something. I don't know. Be interesting to see. Obviously there's some controversy about generated artwork and stuff. I totally understand that. We want to take care of the people that are actually making the art out there and give them credit where credit is due. But it's still really fun to look into and use, and that's kind of what I'm considering a necessity right now. So
I wish this AI would have made me a little skinnier.
Well, this is the original. Like we're recording. I can edit this, so you could.
Little right here.
Yeah, you want to look like Channing Tatum?
Say, Channing Tatum.
Right. Yes, we know. Where Corbin's brain goes to.
This is Idris Elba all day, baby. Idris Elba.
No, we already made you white, so. No, I don't know. Who's another baldish white actor?
So you chose Channing Tatum?
Stewart?
Channing Tatum?
You're going to look like Patrick Stewart.
Star Trek waiting to happen, Captain. Yeah.
I mean, well, I like Patrick Stewart. I didn't necessarily think that every dude wanted to look like him. That was not something I thought of. I thought, in this day and age, that Channing Tatum was more of a sex idol person. I don't know.
Then Captain Picard? Oh, no.
You tell us who we should
I'm
download.
Captain Picard. This is Captain Kirk. Look at that hair. He's Captain Kirk all day long. Look at that guy. And then we got old number one over there who just happened to kind of slick her back, and we're looking good. You're a solid number one. You
Better than being a number two.
You and Deanna Troy. Yeah, I get it. Aging ourselves on that show right there.
I'm sure there's someone out there that understood that.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's about it for us. Yeah. Sorry to go off in such a weird tangent, but thank you guys for joining us today. Be sure to check out future episodes. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, go check them out. Share them with your friends. Share them with your beer group. Tell us what we can do better. Tell us, be nice though. We do have feelings a little bit, but we're here to entertain you and have a good time. So long as we can drink beer while we're doing it, we're pretty open to changes. So feel free to write in and let us know. But thank you again for joining us on the Beer Necessities. You guys have a great one. We love you.
Adios. Bye.
Look for the beer necessities, the simple beer necessities. Get about your worries and the strife. I mean those beer necessities, these tasty, fun recipes. Keep these beer necessities in my life. Sometimes I wonder, when I'm at home, of all the brews that I've owned, the beers are chillin', I can see, making happy time just for me. When you look into that fridge by chance, just take a glance at the variants and maybe pop a few. The beer necessities of life will come to you. This beer's for you.